So whether you like it or not, you will definitely get to menopause. It is inevitable. There's nothing you can do about it. So I will advise you to sit down whilst I educate you on what menopause is. You may actually have a grandma or a mother who is at old age and then she starts exhibiting symptoms like she gets angry easily, she's easily irritated, and she talks too much. And you are wondering, is this really what the menopause is about? I'm Naki the midwife, and you are welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, stay with us as I bring you an interesting topic today. What exactly is menopause? You've been hearing about it, menopause, and you just don't know what it is, or who is at risk of menopause, or who does it really affect, okay? So in today's video, I will tell you what exactly menopause is. Menopause is when your menses or your period stops for 12 consecutive months. Yes, you've not had your menses for 1, 2, 3, up to 12 months. It just means that you have gotten to your menopause. Now, at what age do you get to menopause? Between 45 to 55 years, you can get to menopause, okay? And then menopause affects only women, yes, because we are the ones who produce eggs, and then definitely we are the only ones who menstruate. Guys do not menstruate, so we are the ones who are at risk of menopause, okay? So within the ages of 45 to 55 years, you can get to menopause. That is, your menses stops for 12 consecutive months, okay? But sometimes some people's own come earlier, like 35 years. Yes, it will shock you that someone who is just 35 years old will get to menopause. This actually does happen, okay? And then some people also can get it very late, like 60 years, 65 years. Yes, it's also possible like that. We have phases of menopause, like the pre-menopause, menopause, and post-menopause. When we say pre, it just means before, okay? And when we say post, it means after. So pre-menopause, that is before you get to menopause, what happens? And then after menopause as well, what happens? So with the pre-menopause, at this stage, your ovaries, okay, they start to produce less hormone. Those hormones are estrogen and progesterone. These are the hormones that are responsible for your menstrual cycle. So now that your ovaries have started producing less of these hormones, it automatically means that your menstrual cycle will start becoming irregular. Yes, that is you having your menses irregularly, such as this month your menses will come, next month is not coming, next 2 months it will come. That is an indication that your productive ages are starting to come to an end. Yes, your eggs are getting finished. Your ovaries are getting tired of producing these hormones. So that is where the irregularity comes in, okay? At this stage, you start experiencing symptoms like headache or getting tired easily. If you know any old person who is constantly complaining of headaches or getting tired so easily and all that, just know that the person is hitting menopause. Those are some of the symptoms that you experience when you get to that stage, okay? And then other symptoms such as emotional disturbances. This is where they get so irritated, easily irritated by any little thing. Yes, if you haven't stayed with any grown person, you wouldn't really understand what I'm talking about. They easily get irritated and they can talk. Gosh, they can talk so much. That is the stage they have gotten to. There's nothing that can be done about it, okay? So yes, they get mood changes, okay? Mood swings every now and then. They get easily irritated by whatsoever you do. Yes, they want to talk a lot at this stage, okay? So those are a few symptoms that a person may experience before getting to menopause. Now, when you get to menopause itself, that is the second phase, okay? Like I said earlier, that is where your menses or your period stops for 12 consecutive months, okay? What this means is that your eggs are literally finished, and then your ovaries have stopped producing the hormones we call estrogen and progesterone. Now, these hormones are responsible for a whole lot of things, such as the smooth skin that you have, okay, the beautiful and all silky hair. Those are the hormones that are responsible for all that. The mood swings, the sexual excitement, is all as a result of this particular hormone, estrogen. So now that you are not producing any of this hormone, do you know what is going to happen? That is where, no matter how beautiful your skin used to be, when you get to menopause, your skin starts to wrinkle. Yes, it's inevitable because the hormones are finished. They are not being produced anymore. So there's nothing to make your skin look beautiful again. You see? So that is what usually happens when you get to menopause. And no matter how beautiful or how hairy you were, when you get to menopause, especially this one, it will start becoming brittle. It will start breaking. Then you see someone who used to have a lot of hair, all of a sudden losing some of her hair. That is because she has gotten to menopause. And that is what comes when you get to menopause, okay? Now, what are some of the symptoms again that you experience when you get to menopause? We call it hot flashes. This is where these women always feel hot. Yes, if you know an elderly person, like if you are with them, you definitely know what I'm talking about, okay? They are always complaining of heat. You don't know what it is, but then you are so surprised that why is she always complaining of feeling hot all the time, okay? That is what comes with it. So they easily feel hot, okay? They easily feel heat all the time. Or night sweats. Wow. They are always sweating anytime they are sleeping in the night. Yes. It's also another sign that someone has gotten to menopause or that comes with menopause. Again, sleeplessness. Oh my God. You wonder why they don't sleep. That is menopause for you. Because at that stage, they sleep a little bit early, okay? Maybe by 9-10 p.m. they are asleep. But immediately it is 1 or 2 a.m. Forget it. They won't be able to sleep again till it's daybreak, you see. That is also another thing. These are all as a result of the hormone not being produced anymore, because it was the hormone that was responsible for that. Now the hormone is no more. What do you expect? That is exactly what is going to happen. So they have sleeplessness as well. They have sleepless nights, okay? They are always awake. You wonder why they are not sleeping. It's as a result of that. Now let's get to post-menopause. That is after menopause. This happens after your menses have stopped for 12 consecutive months. And this one, it lasts for the rest of your life till you die. This particular one, these people are exposed to a lot of health conditions, such as a medical condition we call osteoporosis. With this one, this is where they always complain of, my waist is paining me, my thigh, my chest, this part of my body is paining me. Yes, it comes with it, okay? This is where their bones become so brittle, okay? As a result of the hormones not being produced, because it was the hormones that was also responsible for the dense bones that we have. But after menopause, now that the hormones are not being produced, you definitely do have all those joint pains and bone pains and all that, okay? And they are also exposed to medical conditions such as heart diseases, yes, because estrogen or the female hormone has a great role or a crucial role to play when it comes to maintaining our heart conditions, okay? So now that the hormones are not being produced, you'll be exposed to heart conditions as well, okay? Now, this stage 2, this is where you don't have any appetite for sex, like your appetite for sex has decreased from 100 to 0. Yes, it's that bad, okay? And then this is where they have dry vagina. Your vagina will not be lubricated at all, okay? Because it was the hormone. This hormone is very, very important, okay? So if you are still producing hormones, you should be grateful to God, because the hormones play a lot of role, like this particular one I'm talking about. It helps in lubricating your vagina. But right now that you've gotten to menopause or after menopause that the hormones are not being produced anymore, you start to have dry vagina. Yes. dry vagina, and your libido just decreases. You don't have any sexual appetite anymore. Okay, that is it. So those are some of the symptoms also that you are exposed to after menopause. Now, someone may ask, what happened to the eggs that they got finished? Okay, so this is what you need to know. At birth, every girl child has about 200,000 immature eggs. Yes, that is when you were born, just at birth, okay? But along the way, these eggs, as a result of curiosity, I don't even know what they are looking for. They are trying to mature at the time they are not supposed to mature, okay? So they start to mature and they die off along the way. So by the time you get to puberty or you start menstruating, you are left with only 40,000. Imagine, that huge amount of egg is gone, just like that. So when you get to puberty, that's the number that will be left. So every month you release an egg or two, okay? That is what we call ovulation, because you ovulate every month once you hit puberty or once you start menstruating. So anytime you menstruate, these eggs are being released. So gradually, they will be reducing in number, you see. And the earlier you start your menses, the earlier you get to menopause. Yes, that is the rule of life, okay? Because you can't start your menses late and get to menopause early. No, it doesn't really work that way. Yeah, so that is what happens. So gradually, the eggs reduce in number, and then your ovaries get tired, okay? They are telling you that, Ebenezer, this is how far I've brought you. So by the time you get to menopause, they've stopped working. Yes, so that is what happened. Now, someone may ask, is there any treatment for this? Literally, the answer is no. Because this is inevitable. It comes with age. There's nothing you can do about it. Once you are growing, it happens. And you see, those of you who are afraid of breastfeeding and all that because your breast will sag, it will happen eventually, whether you like it or not. With age, it happens. So that is what happens with age. So that's the reason why your eggs get finished by the time you get to menopause. But then there's something people actually do, which is called the estrogen replacement therapy. Estrogen is the hormone that was responsible for all the things I mentioned earlier. Okay, so if you replace artificial or the synthetic form of this estrogen, it goes to reduce some of these symptoms I mentioned. So some people will prefer to go for this estrogen therapy just to reduce some of the symptoms, even though it has long-term effect, okay? But then you can reduce these symptoms by 3 things. Avoid spicy foods, okay? They help you reduce some of the symptoms that I mentioned when you get to menopause or after menopause. You can avoid crowded or hot atmosphere or hot rooms. It also helps a lot. It helps you to reduce some of the symptoms. And the final one, avoid hot drinks. They also help reduce some of the symptoms I mentioned earlier. Now we've gotten to the end of our discussion today. If this video has been educative, if you have learned something about menopause today, why not subscribe to my channel? Recommend this video to someone who you think needs to hear this. And also comment in the comment section. You can also tell us which topic you want to know about, and we will be here to answer any questions you have as well. Thank you. Bye for now. See you in my next video.